right? And you see, fuck, I owe 127,000. Boom, paid off. Oh, I owe 70 grand. Boom, paid off. I owe 100,000 here. Boom, paid off. And then you pay off everything, and then all of a sudden now you're playing the game of adding to your bank account.
Cut out the bullshit, cut the crap out, and you're gonna find yourself in a beautiful place one day if you stay consistent.
Many times I was thinking, like, how the fuck am I gonna do payroll this Friday? Like, how the hell am I gonna do it? And if I didn't have credit, if I didn't have real estate, I sold most of my properties to survive. And the first 5 years, I was battling heart attacks every single day. Some nights I couldn't sleep. Hey everybody, welcome to Driven Couples, and we are really excited. We want to start it off with, we had our biggest month. You're gonna move my stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to move it.
It's good, it's okay there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we had our biggest month ever. You want to focus?
Yep.
Okay. So what did I say?
We had our biggest month ever.
Yeah, we had our biggest month ever. The last month we did, we don't want to say numbers because they're too amazing, but I'll tell you, it's in the hundreds, okay? Hundreds last month, biggest month by a lot, both for Ambiance Realty and for the mortgage guys. Like, it was incredible. And also Driven. So I don't know what it is, but we're starting to become a bit popular. And I'm not saying it because I'm being a little bit cocky. It's just reality. Like, I think we have the youth, we have the energy, we have the power, we have the information. We've invested a lot. We've invested a lot of money into mentors. And this is what I was telling one of my guys earlier today. I got a big chest. I can't fix that. But we were telling. I was telling one of my coaching students. I was telling him, look, this is what I do. I'm very dangerous because I don't want to name any names, but you got Mr. Influencer A, Mr. Influencer B, Mr. Influencer C, Mr. Influencer D, Mr. Influencer F, G, H, J, K. I don't even know the alphabet. But all these guys, right? I get the bet because I don't agree with everything they tell me.
Yeah.
I agree with. I'll take 10% from each of them. Mm-hmm. I'll take the best out of everybody. Yeah. So I'll take the best out of this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this girl, and then I get all of that. I kind of put it in the little, what's that little
blender.
I put it in the blender. I make it all soft, nice, and easy to understand for you guys, and then I just give it to you guys, easy to understand. So that's where I become very dangerous because I execute. Yeah. So these guys, like, I get the stuff and they know I'm gonna go execute, and then that's what they kind of get scared about it sometimes because I execute really good, sometimes better than them. So I'm really, really, really happy to share all this information to all of you because I think this is gonna help you a lot. And I want all of you to win. I want all of you to be the people that get the entire return on investment. I don't want you to give somebody money so that they go buy the paddock. I want you guys to invest your own money so you guys get the paddock. So having said that, Sil, I want to flow some power to you. I want you to talk. You look so beautiful today, and I could see some cleavage.
He loves cleavage. He really does.
I do.
What else do you like? Big butts.
Big juicy butts and big.
I'll tell you guys what he likes. He likes big butts, little waists, and big boobs. Right? He's like, I don't care about your nails. I'm like, well, girls care about their nails, and I'm gonna fix my nails for myself, since you don't care about them. Anyway, I don't know if you guys tuned in or no, but I bought this guy something that he's been wanting for a really, really, really,
you guys
really,
like it? Oh.
really long time. So I personally, like, don't care for the watch. I think it's whatever. But he loves it. He's been loving it. He's been wanting it. And fortunately, we have an amazing jeweler. He's the best. And if you guys want his contact, let me know. Steph will give it to you. You can buy anything from him. He can do custom jewelry. And we've been talking about this watch for a while. And he's a watch guy. He loves watches and he loves cars, right? Just like you like your women.
Yeah, I like a lot of curvas, and I like nice watches and nice cars. Other than that, if I get that, I'm happy. And luckily enough, I'm married to a girl that does have the curvas and the cleavage, so I'm happy with that. That's why we made two healthy babies.
Yes. So, this morning I'm like, open the goddamn gift if you guys see the video, because he thought I was kidding, because we've been joking about it, and I'm like, just open it, and there it is. It's on his wrist. It's a little thin, don't you think? Se me hace medio simplito. Well, like, I don't think it's very expensive. I'll tell you that.
I mean, there's people that have huge watches that cost $99.
whatever. It doesn't matter as long as you can tell time. But anyway, do you like your watch?
See, this is where I'm going. This thing, you got to use it like a prostitute. Now, we have a lot. We go out with. We have friends that are billionaires now.
Yeah.
We go hang out with them.
Yeah.
These people know what this is.
Yeah.
They pay attention to that. They're like, and let me give you an example. They see me wearing this watch, and they're gonna take me more serious. They're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this guy's probably like at least worth $100 million."
Well,
and these guys are gonna talk to you differently. It's the same thing with the Ferrari. What happened with the guys? Oh, by the way, guys, it's official. Don't tell 10,000 yet, okay? But it's official. We just got a new house. We got a new house. We got our dream house up in the hills, Beverly Hills, Truesdale Estates. Huge.
I wouldn't
home.
say it's our dream house. It's our start.
Well, it's our mini dream house. It's
Yeah.
the only thing it could have that it doesn't have is maybe an extra 5,000 square feet and a helicopter.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be that house that was like 200 million up in the hills.
Yeah.
So that's more than enough for us. Like what
Yeah.
more? What we can't be with more space.
Yeah.
It's big.
We're gonna be separated.
We have so much space. Like we could get lost in that house. Seriously. We have
anyway,
we have a
he's
pool.
super dramatic, by the way.
We have a pool and we're like on top of the hill. Like we have the most amazing view. You could see all of this. 10,000 looks small from there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like here at 10,000, like we can't do anything.
Yeah.
We can't use the gym. We can even the bar is closed.
Everything.
And
is
if you
closed.
guys notice, we're not drinking right now.
At least
'cause
let us
we're-
get drunk, right? Tenants might be a little happier about not having any of their amenities. So
And like I said before, like there was a guy that jumped out of the balcony. Like I'm pretty sure he was depressed. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are depressed because they're stuck in the house.
Yeah.
It's like you're paying 20 grand a month to surrender to be in jail. Like you're paying 20 grand to be in jail because right now we are in jail here.
Well, mostly, it's for our kids because him and I are always working regardless. So, again, brings me to not only levels, but him and I, when we make a decision together, which is important for couples, talk about it. Him and I sat down, we talked about a few things. And when they shut down our gym for the second time, I told him, I'm done. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm so done. At least you open the gym, people could feel semi-normal regardless of all the curtains that are up and just the stupidity of like just how stupid this whole thing is, right? So Albert, we talked about it and I'm just like, okay, and it's also time. Like Berlin's gonna be 9 months, Italia's 3.5. We just need more space because when you're stuck here, you don't have any of your amenities. I can't have my guests downstairs. You basically are stuck, which brings you to a place where you have to make a choice. You have to make decisions, not only for him and I, but I would say, I feel like this mic is...
Hey,
Es que me está
it doesn't
molestando.
matter. Just keep talking because you're messing up the flow.
It's bugging. Let me fix it.
All right, guys, let's take a break. We're gonna go to commercials and.
Oh, there.
Come on.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. So comes a time, a lot of people are scared of change, and that's why they don't make changes ever. And 12 years later, they're in the same place with the same people doing the same things. And something about him and I is we always, we just go. We talk about it and we take action. So taking action is very important because a lot of the times we get stuck with the idea. Without action, it's literally just stays as an idea, and it could be years, months, whatever, days, or depends on how fast you can make a decision. But him and I went to go look at a place. We did our thing. It's been a week or two, and we're in.
But if you remember, I had a house identical to that on my dream board 5 years ago.
I'd have to look at that picture because it's so weird.
It was a picture that where it laying like from the bed you could see like the whole view of the whole. It's like high up in the hills.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
It's a huge bedroom and a huge living room. We have like a huge dining room, a huge everything.
I'm excited.
We have a guest house like for the nanny. We have a bunch of extra rooms for visitors. We have a huge pool with like the view, like it's just crazy insane, and it's all the way up in the hill, 90210, like Truesdale Estates. And who would have ever thought that
Just
a
give
girl
them
from
our
La,
address.
a
Just
girl,
give them our address.
a girl from La Puente,
Like-
a girl from La Puente,
We just talked about
and a
this
guy from
too.
Echo Park,
Uh-huh.
a guy from Echo Park, like would be in a position like we are today with all these businesses. This just shows you that anything is possible. Anybody can make it. Like we have zero debt, no debt.
Well, there's good debt and there's bad debt.
Well, We have a lot of money in the bank too.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
That's why I
hard
bought
work.
you that delicious gift.
Yeah, because I promised you
Duh,
I
o
was
sea,
gonna buy it. I was
Si
gonna
no
buy
tuviera
it.
dinero, yeah, you would.
But I promised you, okay, we're gonna have at least a certain amount of flows of income. We're gonna have at least a certain level of net worth, and then I'll get it. And then you just hopped on and you beat me to the punch.
That's what I do. That's what women do. So anyway, guys, if you don't have a dream board, again, I posted about this today because it's so important to be clear as far as what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, you don't know where you want to be, how are you supposed to get there? Right? A lot of people get stuck there. And remember that it's going to take everything that you have. Even today, like our daughter has a fever. No, it's not COVID. She just has a fever. And it's been a little bit stressful because yesterday we had a doctor's appointment. She felt a little warm, and the checkup was actually for my little daughter. So if you have kids, you understand what I mean. And we just make everything work. But now it's like our nanny drives the babies, which is so helpful for us because him and I are from place to place to place to place to place, from appointment to appointment, like all day. And I try to make time to meet with our staff, but you just gotta go with it. You gotta go with the flow, and you gotta keep going. Even like right now, I felt so bad because my mom and grandma were here. They came to see the girls, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be back after my 3 o'clock. Anyway, 3 o'clock turned into 4, turned into 5, and then I look at the time. I'm like, shit, it's 5:15. Like it went by so fast because we stay so busy with literally no space in the calendar, literally. And it doesn't help when there's things that are out of your control, like our daughter being sick, and obviously she's my number one priority. So yes, I have a lot of help, but I figured let me go talk to the doctor, whatever. And anyway, I felt so bad because my mom and grandma were here, and I mean, I barely got a chance to talk to them. So I'm like, okay, let's like go to brunch on Sunday or something. But again, comes down to priorities. And yes, I feel bad. And yes, I sat there with them before jumping on here or freshening up to be with you guys today for like 45 minutes. I kind of sat there, we talked a little bit, and yeah, I made plans for Sunday. So yeah, babe, that's so sad. My little grandma's getting so old. The worst thing that could happen is that something happens
guys,
to her, and I regret not hanging
we're
out
always
with her.
we're always running to the last minute. So I want to shift it to marketing. So I wanted to share some marketing tips. And one thing that you're gonna get from me is the realness. I'm not here to hide and fake things. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm perfect, that I was born perfect, or that I never went through bad experiences like doing cocaine, going out and partying like a rock star, like 8 balls and all that stuff. Like I did it. Like and I share this because I want to help you guys. Maybe some of you are in that position right now. I used to drive drunk. I used to get DUIs. Like I got 3 DUIs. They suspended my real estate license, my driving license, and I couldn't work. And I still didn't quit. 2008, I lost everything. I became homeless, but I didn't quit. I still found a way to do mortgages and work out. I've been in the mortgage industry for going on 17 years now. So, yeah, 17 years. I'm 37. I started when I was 20. So, I've never gotten out of the mortgage industry. One thing that I have is commitment. And if you guys can get that commitment, you're going to be great at anything. If you commit to being a fireman, you're going to be the best fireman. If you commit to being an athlete, you're going to be a professional athlete. Whatever you commit to, you're going to become. Drug addicts, they commit to being drug addicts. Strippers commit to being strippers. Like it doesn't matter what you pick to do, but I committed to to become a great at the mortgage industry. When things went wrong and when I messed up, I still didn't quit. So want to tell my Instagram friends that we're going to shut off Instagram. If you guys want to keep watching this, text that number below and we'll send you the link to the Zoom. So having said that, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Now, like I never quit in that industry. So I got to this point, and then I started thinking, well, how do I get past 300,000? And that's when a prior mentor told me, you got to grow your army. You got to grow your army. And I did that. So I went out and I hired people. Now we have so many people under us. Like total, we employ well over 300 people now, the entire company. Okay? And when you have more people, everybody wins, and you're able to get to that huge number. Okay, we're aiming for multi-billions. So you're not going to do that alone, because a lone assassin is a lone assassin. So you got to understand, you got to hire, you got to take risks. And that's why I started marketing. When I got into the mortgage industry, I read this book, Blue Ocean Strategy. You got to create your blue ocean. But what I did is I created the blue ocean before I created my systems, right? We didn't have any systems. So I started marketing. I got my Ferrari and I said, I'm going to be the only mortgage guy with a Ferrari. Till today, this is 5 years later. I'm still the only mortgage guy with a Ferrari. If you know one, tell me who it is and I'll send you $100. And it can't be somebody from this company. Okay, because I know some people in this company have a Ferrari because they get the mentorship. I told them to get a Ferrari. I helped them get the Ferrari. So nobody else in the industry, real estate, mortgage, has a Ferrari. And if you find one, send me a picture. I'll send you over $100. 5 years ago, I did that. I said, I need to get attention. I need to become different in the mortgage space. And I said, well, she got pregnant with Italia. We got pregnant. Like, it was a crazy night. Remember that night?
Barely.
Yeah. And after that night, like, I knew you were pregnant.
You're
and,
so stupid.
And all of a sudden,
why do you
start
like that?
you start like I could see like a little
Te
bump.
voy a echar el agua.
Relax, okay?
Okay.
I'm teaching them a lesson. So I see that little baby bump, and we're like, what's going on? And then you don't get your period, and you're like, oh my, you start getting all weird and stuff. So we go over there, and we find out you're pregnant. A week later, I just didn't ask. I just told you, I'm gonna go with Willie. We're gonna check out some cars for motivation. We end up in the Ferrari dealership, and I tell you, hey, they're just gonna run my credit just to see where I stand. Maybe I'll qualify in a year from now. So all they need is $5,000 deposit. It's my dream car. You support me, right? Yes. Okay. $5,000. They run my credit, and they tell me, you don't qualify right now, sir, but I think I could make it work. But give me a week. Let me play with the numbers. I come back. They call me back, and they say, you qualify, but you have to put this enormous amount of down payment. Yeah. And I said, well, I can't do that. That's too much. And they kind of work around the numbers, and they tell me, okay, we lowered it, $39,000. I had no more than $39,000 in the bank. I'm running a business. I have like 3 employees, I think, two or three employees at the time. And she's pregnant. And I'm like, let's get the Ferrari.
I was actually at Victoria's Secret when you told me that. I was like, shit, he's gonna buy a car.
And I'm like, no, if I don't get it now, if I don't say yes, I don't go pick up the cashier's check, take it to Ferrari, to my friend Philip from Ferrari in Beverly Hills. If I don't do that, we're gonna have a baby. She's gonna start getting all worried about the baby, about the money, and she's gonna say, no, you're not gonna get the Ferrari. I go get the Ferrari. It's a 2011 pre-owned. Nobody knows it's pre-owned. Like, for you single guys, you drive a Ferrari, girls are not gonna know it's pre-owned. They're gonna get in the car with you, go home with you. Easy, guaranteed. You go out. I have the perfect drill in my Driven Academy, by the way.
Oh,
I do have it in my Driven Academy. Perfect drill. You have a Ferrari, it's so easy to pick up chicks. Okay?
Well, are those the kind of chicks you want? The easy ones?
I'm talking to the single guys.
Exactly. Those are not the
But
girls
some of these
want.
guys want to have some practice. They want to get their feet wet.
Yeah.
Okay? And it becomes a tool. So I said, I'm not going to use it for chicks. Okay? I'm not going to use it for sex. I'm going to use the Ferrari for mortgages. Mm-hmm. So I start parking the Ferrari in front of the office and starts getting attention. It's like Instagram, like running but on autopilot. It's a marketing device. It's in front, and it's picking up eyeballs. I used to get notes from girls too, but I was using it for mortgages. So I did that, and then I started getting attention as the mortgage guy that drives a Ferrari, the mortgage guy. And then, long story short, it becomes the mortgage guys. We get another Ferrari. I get you the rolls. We move to a nice area, Sunset Plaza, and it just started growing. And the first 5 years, I was battling heart attacks every single day. Some nights I couldn't sleep. I couldn't afford the Ferrari. Many times I was like,
I wouldn't say you couldn't afford it.
It's the truth. I couldn't afford it. Many times I was thinking, like, how the fuck am I gonna do payroll this Friday? Like, how the hell am I gonna do it? And all of a sudden, Thursday evening, boom, you get a sale, payroll is cleared, boom. And it was like that. Roller coaster. And I had all the licenses, I had the credit, I had everything. And if I didn't have credit, if I didn't have real estate, I sold most of my properties to survive. And now, this year, we're gonna break 20 million comfortably. 20 million in revenue. So
how many buildings are you gonna buy me before the end of the year?
We're gonna go buy in Arizona. Bobby Castro, we're gonna partner up with him and we're gonna invest with him. Perfect. So we're gonna invest with Bobby Castro in Arizona. I was having a conversation with him. But guys, marketing is key. The cars, this watch, guys, I guarantee you, this is gonna get me in door with more billionaires, better conversations. What do billionaires like to do? I'm talking a lot, I know, but billionaires. So what? Because I'm excited, guys. I get excited about fucking money. Like when I get into my bank accounts in the morning, I get fucking excited, and I go into my and the beginning part is you have a lot of debt. You go into your credit card, like you log onto your credit cards, right? And you see, fuck, I owe 127,000. Boom, paid off. Oh, I owe 70 grand. Boom, paid off. I owe 100,000 here. Boom, paid off. And then you pay off everything, and then all of a sudden now you're playing the game of adding to your bank account. You add another million. You add another million, and then you start getting like, who doesn't want to wake up at 1 a.m.? Who doesn't want to work extra? Like today, I've been up since 2 a.m. I barely made it right here because I was getting Botox. But I'll throw it out. I'll throw it out to you, and then I'll talk about Botox, and I'll talk about why it's important to maintain yourself and look sexy.
So guys, it's important to know where you stand. See him? He went to go see the Ferrari, right? He went to go see if he can qualify for a Ferrari. And if you don't know where you stand,
I went to cast a vision.
Yeah. So if you don't know where you stand, you don't know where to go. Again, it brings me to the next thing, investing in real estate. Just buy a 4-unit property if you don't own any property. The money that you have to put down is 3.5 down payment, which is absolutely nothing. And just do it. At the end of the day, the more money people make, the more money they spend. It's like proven. If somebody makes an extra $1,000 a month, they will find a way to spend it. Rarely do people put it aside for a bigger investment. And it's important, again, to have your goals set. Say by the end of this year, I'm going to save this much. If you have to budget, do whatever you have to do. Cut out the bullshit, cut the crap out, and you're going to find yourself in a beautiful place one day if you stay consistent. Marketing, again, this guy's just a little bit crazy, and him getting up early is a choice. I told him I'm not going to give up waking up with my beautiful daughters, whether it's 6 a.m., 6:30, 7. I worked hard my whole life since I can remember. So that's something that I enjoy. And as soon as my nanny comes in, I go work out, because if I don't work out in the morning, I do not work out. Again, it comes down to knowing yourself. It comes down to knowing your bad habits, your good habits. I'm always like, yeah, I'll work out in the night. That never happens. Like, I have to come home. I have a family. I have a husband. So for my ladies, even guys, like, you know what your weaknesses are. So you have to find a way to avoid not doing the things you say you're going to do, you know? So marketing, I think, has taken us a long way. I used to think he was crazy. I'm like, why are you posting that? But everybody knows us everywhere. Right now, we have a few people that we're teaming up with as far as opening new offices go to reach more areas of California, which is exciting. Again, it's a lot of work.
We're close to building California, like, really thick.
It never ends. It's like every day it's like more and more and more and more and more. So I'm not going to give up my mornings with my daughters.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm not going to get up at 2 a.m. I'm not. I mean, because when he's asleep, I'm awake.
No, you're not.
Babe, te voy a empezar a tomar fotos, and I'm going to start putting you on blast on social. He's like knocked out.
10
so
o'clock?
Are the girls.
At 10 o'clock?
No, last night I went to sleep at 11:30, y'all.
Okay, what are you doing at 11:30? Like, there's only a couple things you could be doing at 11:30. That's playing with yourself. That's being out in bars, getting in trouble. Like, what are you gonna do at 11:30?
Actually.
Also, 11:30, you're like creating a project.
No, I was cleaning up the mess. I was on my computer.
You have people to help you clean
I had finished. Did we get a massage yesterday or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so that's what you were doing. You were getting a massage. You were getting a massage.
No, babe. Ay, no, es que es bien. He's really bad at telling
when
time.
Sil wakes up, I'm already done with my first day.
Oh, so what do you do in the morning? Do you play with yourself?
No, I wake up early in the morning.
That's what I thought. See, like, why would he say that?
My 5 hours, okay?
But why would you say that?
My 5 hours when I wake up from 3 to 8, I do self-improvement. Like, for those of you that are new.
Some people stay up late. Everybody's different.
5 years. The first 5 hours, from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., that's my first day. I do self-improvement. I work out. I work out 2 hours and a half. You work out like what, 30 minutes?
It's so embarrassing.
And then I check my finances. Those 3 things. You work out, you self-improve, and you check your finances. See, you're getting red. So maybe there was a little truth to that.
No, because it's so silly to think that way, because it's the only time I have to be alone, that I don't have to hear you or the girls, and I can actually think.
Yeah, but you're going to be worn out by that time.
No, I'm not.
You were tired. You said you were tired right now.
I never said. I was exhausted from the day, but I showered, freshened up, drank my Celsius, and I'm fine. I'm ready for round 2. I'm ready for the third part of my day. So maybe he'll take me to dinner or something. Anyway.
Yeah, because we committed to being clean.
Yeah, we did. And honestly, drinking is so much fun. I love drinking. and having dinners and hanging out with my friends and with you, and it's fun, but you can't do it all the time. So I have to be like, no, still not today.
So guys, let me hit this last topic, and then we'll have a few questions, Steph, about Botox. So I have this great doctor. So see, it's all about the information. If I ask my mom, like, Mom, what do you think about Botox? She's gonna be like, no, you're gonna get
die.
cancer, you're gonna die next year, and they're gonna mess up your face, and you're gonna go blind. And then, but
It could happen.
But if I mean, I've heard some people do it.
Yeah.
You get black eyes, things like that. But I went to a source that's up here,
Mm-hmm.
right? A friend referred me to another one, and then this girl, she has like the perfect face. She is, she's older than us. I think she's 50.
I don't know.
She's comfortable with her age. I think she's 50 or 51,
It looks
something like that.
amazing.
And
Looks
she
better than me.
She looks like 26.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and she referred me to this doctor, and this is a high level doctor. This guy does like all celebrities and all people, and it's expensive. So for example, you go to Tijuana, you could get Botox and the fillers and a bunch of things. Have you guys ever seen like a girl that has like like four cheeks? She has like a cheek. She has like a cheek here, a cheek up here, and then and then like four cheeks, and then she has like It almost seems like she like ET, you know, like ET's chin like sticks up. Yeah, like some of these girls look weird.
Yeah.
Like really weird.
I mean, I think people overdo it sometimes.
And so.
Because I need Botox.
So it's this doctor. He's like a wizard. So he tells me, okay, Albert, because I don't know if you guys know this story, but I got beat up by like 10 guys in the bathroom when I went out clubbing a while back. This was like maybe 8 years ago, and I got kicked in the face like 11 times. I got like all these little cowards.
You don't remember how many times you got kicked in the face.
Well, you saw my face. I almost lost my eye.
Yeah.
So my whole left side sunk in. So when I recovered, this side was smaller than my right side. So I went to the doctor, and then he said, this side is a little bit smaller. So they put this thing called filler. That was the first time I got filler.
Ouch.
And I didn't even know what it was. And it's actually the same thing like Kim Kardashian gets and all these girls. But Kim Kardashian obviously has a good doctor, so they do it good. But some of these girls look kind of wacko. And I got this filler. That was the first time. I didn't even know. So then when I went to this doctor, he said, "Oh yeah, look, you need this and
I hate
I'm gonna do this," and he does it to perfection.
Yeah.
Like you can't even tell. But I speeded from the Botox place, and his name is Dr. Keon. So I'm gonna have him on my podcast.
Really?
Because like he's a celebrity doctor.
Yeah.
I can't name the celebrities because he signed the paper. He can't do that, an agreement, but non-disclosed. However, this guy explains how Botox is actually healthy. Like Botox, if you get it consistently,
It's like working out your muscles,
from a
right?
young age,
Yeah.
like it forces you to not get wrinkles. So you maintain it, you just get a little touch up, and then when you're 50, 60, 70, you're going to be in much better shape than if you never get it. Have you guys ever seen like a guy that's like 45 and he looks like ET? It's because that guy doesn't... Like if you want to prevent that, like you gotta
look like wrinkle.
He's like really wrinkled, yeah. Like, he looks like an almond. Not like an
know.
almond, like a
I don't
walnut,
know what
right?
he ate for breakfast.
No, like a
lunch.
walnut.
Have you eaten
Like I just have energy. Like, are you low on energy? You were drinking
No,
Celsius.
I'm not.
Well, you're the one drinking Celsius.
I'm listening to
Okay,
everything you're saying.
I think it's a walnut, right? Is it a walnut or those things that have a bunch of lines and wrinkles?
An almond.
Like a raisin. Let's just call it a raisin. So like if you take care of yourself and do little work,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good for you. Like I'm 30.
I personally
I'm
hate
37.
needles. Otherwise, I'd look like a supermodel. I hate needles. Like I literally I've had Botox like 3 times, but I already need it. But you can't do it when you're nursing.
Well, there's some people that are pretty not on the good looking side, and they get a little bit of work done and they look a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
And look, one thing you can't change is your face. So, but what you could change is improving your face. You could improve your body. Like you could do a little bit of workouts. You could do a little bit of healthy eating, and you could put a little bit of Botox and maybe bit of filler and work out and all that stuff and eat healthy. Your skin's gonna look better. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna have more energy, and you're gonna make more sales. People are gonna like you more. People are attracted to good looking people. So if you're not a Brad Pitt, like I was pretty insecure, and I was like pretty ugly dude.
You're so
and
cute.
I
No.
worked on
You're
the
cute.
things
You were
that I
just a
didn't
little
like.
chubby. But it's
No,
okay.
I was
You can
skinny.
get rid
I
of
was
that.
like Victoria's Secret skinny.
Oh yeah, but not when I met you.
When
If
I
I'm
used-
gonna post a picture of when I met him, I don't know what I was. You were not that cute.
Well, you were.
Estabas gordito, mi amor.
You also had teeth that were throwing gang signs.
That I did. I did.
So I mean,
I did.
I wouldn't touch that.
As soon as I closed my first deal, so you gotta fix all the things you don't like. I got Invisalign. That's okay. And now I lost my retainer, and I gotta do it again.
Great.
Por mensa.
So guys,
Por mensa.
marketing, like, it works, but you also have to just listen to what I say. Like, if you're a little bit on the heavy side, go work out. Like, you don't have to go work out 6 times
I mean, whatever
a
makes
week,
you happy,
and-
because everybody's happy in different ways, and we're all unique in our own way. Like, you don't have to be a supermodel. Everybody is how they are, and that's what it is. Can you improve? Can you be a little better? Yes. Can you change things you don't like about yourself to improve your confidence?
Have
Absolutely.
you seen how Kim Kardashian looked before?
She didn't look bad.
Well, have you seen?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen how she looks now?
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. She gets more attention now than she
Pues
used to, right?
obvio.
Okay, there you go. So marketing does work, and are we ready for some questions? Well, if anybody wants to post some questions, you got to post your questions in the message, and let's talk a little bit more about what do you do to market yourself? What tips can you give on marketing, or what do we do together as a power couple, maybe, or things that you could share with the audience?
I mean, I don't know. He says he markets.
Why do you always say
but-
I mean?
Because, like, I don't really know. There's
But
no
what do you say,
specific
I mean?
thing. People like to see real things. So don't try to be, like, super fake, or, like, you're never going to please everybody. So be okay with just being yourself. And if people like you, good. If they don't like you, also good. Because what are you going to do? Worry about the things you can't control. It makes no sense. And it's extra stress for no reason. We already don't have time for anything else. He actually taught me that, because I'm like, oh, why would that person say that? And now I'm like, I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, whatever you do, you're not going to please everybody. And a lot of people just suck. They're just miserable, and they want to find things to be mean to other people about to make themselves feel
Yeah.
better. But marketing, I mean,
And guys,
just be real.
just a quick reminder, if you guys like what you see, comment below, give a thumbs up, and share it. And we're going to continue to reach more people and help more people. But one of the things that I really liked that helped me, that I want to share with you, is there's this thing you could do with Chase. So if you don't have any money, like, how many of you don't have money and you're using that as an excuse? Like, I don't have money to start a business. I don't have money to market. You know, Albert, yeah, I get it. Botox, but Botox is going to be 5,000, 3,000, whatever. And I get it, Albert, but I can't get a Ferrari. Look, we started with $3,000. Like, I had $3,000 in my bank account when I started my business. I had $3,000 in my bank account when I got my first 3 in the property. And what allowed me to scale was when I learned credit. And today, somebody asked me, like, Albert, what do you do for self-improvement in the morning? Like, what do you do?
He's always self-improving.
And I told them, like, it's different for me. So don't compare yourself with me. Don't compare yourself with a Grant Cardone or with a Ned Milet. It's different levels. So, like, when you're starting, it's okay to learn, read a lot of books. Like, I used to rave about, I read a book a week. I read a book a week. And now I can't do that, because a book can actually make me stupider and could lower my where I am. So it's really important to learn, like, start where you are. So if you're in the beginning stage, you got to start there. You're starting a business, you want to scale a business, you got to read Principles, because you got to learn your systems, create your systems. Principles by Ray Dalio, great book. And create your systems before you start marketing, because there's no point of a marketing when you market and you don't have when you market and you don't have your systems in place, you're going to scale chaos. So you don't want to do that.
Just
you wanna
like we did.
Yeah, we did that. and we almost went out of business. That was my fault. So
I mean,
like,
it was both of our fault. We're just grinding all the time.
but when I say let's go, everybody, you believe in me, our whole team believes in me, and sometimes I fuck up. That was one of my fuck ups. But I got out of it. Like, I own my fuck ups. So I got out of it, we survived, and then we kept going further. So, we have a question?
We do. We have Josh, however, he doesn't want to come on. But his question is, my side hustle is creating more income than my salary, 9 to 5. Now what? Question mark.
Quit your 9 to 5.
So, repeat the last part again.
My side hustle is creating more
Yeah, commitment. I was speaking about commitment. When I was 20, I was a teacher assistant for Toluca Lake Elementary, and I used to be a teacher assistant for Miss Kaplan. If you guys know Miss Kaplan, say hi to her. And I was a teacher assistant, so I would grade paperwork for second graders. And by the way, so I don't think I get in trouble, but one of my students was Sophia Ritchie. So I used to grade math and spelling, and I used to grade it so fast so that I could go back and read my Rich Dad Poor Dad book. So I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and then the teacher caught on, and she's like, "Wait, Albert is always grading the." I didn't even grade him good, I think. So
He's a A,
I would
A,
I
A.
would give all the students like A's, A's and B's, and some of the students that got on my nerves, I kind of gave them like a D or stuff. But I would grade the paper so fast so I could get back to my book and read.
Yeah.
So while I was working there, I was getting all this entrepreneurship ideas, right? And then one day the teacher tells me, "You gotta throw that book in the garbage. It's a garbage book. It's a gimmick. You're never gonna get anywhere reading those garbage books." And I told her, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Yeah, you gotta go to college and you gotta get a degree so you could be like me, successful, and you could be like me, a successful teacher." And I knew that was the last day I showed up to Toluca Lake Elementary School. However, years later, I showed up in my Ferrari because I wanted to tell Mrs. Kaplan that she was wrong, but Mrs. Kaplan was not there anymore. She had retired already.
I think it was in your S class, not your Ferrari, because I don't think you had it.
It was my Ferrari. I have a picture in my Ferrari. If you go back to my Instagram and follow me, you'll see a picture me and my Ferrari in front of Toluca Lake Elementary. The 458 2011 458 Italia.
Okay.
So guys, by the way, my daughter is named after the 458 Italia. So I went there and I quit that job. And I said, I'm going to go out because I was doing real estate part-time. But whatever you do part-time is never going to work. You got to commit and do it full-time. You got to give all your commitment to it. Whatever you give your commitment to 100%, you're going to be great at. Okay? So the reason why I failed the first time in real estate and mortgages is because I wasn't doing it full-time. I was doing it full-time, but I had distractions. My priority was partying, women, doing drugs, drinking, and having a good time. And that's what just killed me. Because in 2008, if my priority would have been mortgages, and I would have finished my investment property that I was building,
Yeah.
I would have been great.
Instead of spending all the money.
Yeah, I spent it on partying and all that stuff, on blowing girls.
Yeah. I
And
know.
hey, maybe this is you right now. So you gotta quit the blow. You gotta quit all these girls. They're gonna be there. If you chase the money, the woman will chase you. But if you chase women, you'll run out of money. So be smart what you chase.
So you're telling him to quit his job.
Quit his job and go all in with whatever you want to do. And whatever you're going to do, make sure it's a recession-proof industry.
Yeah.
Don't get into something that's going to get killed by the next recession or by a pandemic.
Or by, a lot of different things.
Give me a few different things.
Like, it's something everybody does, and it's going to be very hard to be successful at it. I don't
Like,
know.
you know right now that there's a lot of people, well, there's a lot of industries out of business.
I know, it's so sad. There's a lot of homeless people. I feel so bad.
Did they open Spearmint right now already?
I don't know. Why don't you go check?
No, because they're out of business. Unless you wear a mask, right?
Ay, mi
We have another
amor.
question?
It's from Juan Arias. He cannot join us well, but his question is, hi, Albert and Sil. Thank you for your time. How else do you market, and what would you consider more effective? Question mark. For example, social media marketing with lots of content, or Ferrari versus Google, etc. And he said, I do have a follow-up. Where would you double down if you were starting off again? Question mark.
You want to start?
Yeah. So it depends on your industry, but running ads works as assuming you have the right ads. And more than anything, people like your face. Reviews work great. It's kind of like social proof. What else? It just depends on the industry, right? What would you say?
Okay, so this is where does he have money right now or not a lot of money? Well, let me give you an example. Just comment where you are, because I would like to learn where you are, know where you are. But I'll give you both options while you answer. If you have, let's just start with if you don't have any money, because most people don't have money, right?
A lot.
So so if you're starting off, this is what I did. I was limited on money. So what I did was I created money. See, one of the things that makes me fearless is that I don't
You believe
fear.
in your ability to
I don't
create.
like people that are savers, that are scared, is because they lack the ability to produce income the next day. They don't think they could. They doubt themselves. They don't feel like they have an insecurity of creating income the next day. When you have a security, a confidence to create money tomorrow, you don't worry about that stuff. When we created the first Driven event, I didn't have money to pay for it. I didn't. And what I said is, let's just start it. Let's commit and figure it out.
Later.
So what I did is I had 50 G's in the bank. I paid Grant his 25 grand deposit, and I paid the Ritz $25,000 deposit.
Yeah.
And then that's all I had, and I
True
was running
story.
my mortgage company, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pay payroll the next week. But I said, you know what? I'll go for it. I had Monique. Like, Monique, I don't know if she knew, but a few times I was like, you might not get paid tomorrow, girl. But now if you're watching this, Monique, now you know. However, every single time it worked out. We created money. And then I started believing in myself even more
Yeah.
and more and more. I'm like, I could create money right now. How do you create money? You go borrow money. You need people skills. That's one of the things Bobby Castro told me, people skills. So we gave the deposits, and then we sold tickets. We funded the event, and then from there I became popular. My audience grew.
I would say every year it's been more and more.
It's been more and more. Like right now, I could tell you that we are getting pretty popular. There's a lot of people that are reaching out to us. We had the biggest recruits for all our companies because of the popularity, credibility. Now we have popularity and credibility. Now we have proof that we're winning big. It's not, you can't fake where we're at. You had another thing, Steph?
Yes, he said, I have two service-based businesses, but I do not have millions. I have thousands, but I would consider that minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
I
I
did when I did the Driven, I applied for some credit cards, and this is what I did. Look, you should always watch your credit. Never try your hardest to not fuck it up. Okay? Because if you have a 700 FICO score, this is what you could do. You could go to Chase, and you could get a Delta card. You get traveling cards. So you get a Delta card for 20 grand. You get a Marriott card for 20 grand. You get a Ritz card for 20 grand, and you get another traveling card for another maybe 10 grand or 15 grand. You combine all of, and then you get a Chase Freedom credit card. That's 15 months, 0% interest. So you don't pay interest for 15 months. What you do is you transfer your credit limits into your Chase Freedom card, and now you have like an $80,000, $70,000 credit card, 0% interest for 15 months. Then you go out there and you market. You pay Grand Card on this 25 grand. You pay the Ritz their 25 grand with that
I
credit
mean, he
card.
doesn't have an event.
And then,
I don't think
and then
so.
you start selling whatever marketing he's gonna do.
Yeah.
So you need to market your company, and you spend money on ads. Those
Yeah.
are not cheap.
Yeah.
You use your credit card for that.
Yeah.
You don't use your bank account, your cash for that, because if you lose, you don't want to lose your cash. You want to lose the bank's credit. And once you start making money and you start getting more known, more popularity, then you get to a point where you don't need to spend any ads. This entire year, guys, I've spent $0 on ads.
Tell
Did
him
you know?
why.
Because my Facebook account got hacked, and
We
it
can't
forced
get it
me.
back.
It forced me to figure it out. So I said, okay, well, my Facebook's hacked. So what do I do now? Well, instead of quitting, because I don't do that, is a quitter one time, by the way, guys, is a quitter for life. Okay? So I said, well, Instagram. And then it worked out because
That's not dying, is it?
I didn't know. No, it's not dying. Can you just double check, Steph? You don't do that. Steph's going to double check. So I said, my audience are millennials. My 80% of our audience I know my audience. So Latinos, millennials, and 35% are women and 65% are men. So I said, wait a minute, Instagram that's what it focuses on. Most people on Instagram are millennials. So I started just going through Instagram and I started just studying it. How can I reach people? Because Instagram has an algorithm and it blocks people. So if you have 100,000 followers, only 1,000 are gonna see it, like 1%, more or less. I played with all the numbers, so I know how it is. But I started doing that. I started sending them DMs. So for example, guys, let's say you post a story. If you guys see, a lot of my stories are pretty stupid, but I do them for a reason, because people like to be entertained.
Yeah.
So when we're doing stories and I'm making you mad, that's one of my favorite things to do. I make her mad and people love that, so I keep doing it. So when I do that, people are watching the stories, and I look at everybody that's watching my stories, and I start sending them DMs. DM. That's free. You don't have to run ads for that. But if you think about it, when you cold call, you're calling people cold, right? What if somebody gave you a master list with people that are interested? Wouldn't you call those people? You'll have better results, right?
Of course.
So when people are watching your stories, it means they're interested in you. Okay? If a girl's watching you, single guy, that means she's interested in you. She's not going to watch you if she's not interested in you. She wants something from you. So what do? You start hitting them up with DMs, like, what's up, girl? Hey, what's up, client? And then you send 1,000 messages, you're going to get 10 clients. You're going to get 15 clients, depending on how good you are converting. So there's a lot of other ways to target and to attack people for free without running ads. And I have all of this in my Instagram course on Driven Academy.
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, this is to provide pure value. I'm not here to sell anything. Driven Academy is great, but all my stuff is in there, and you guys should be taking advantage of that. But what are things that you've seen me maybe do that work really good this year? Because this year's our biggest year by millions, and I haven't been able to spend money on ads.
I honestly just believe that we're riding the momentum, and we're not letting off the gas. What a lot of people do is they start doing good, and then they let off the gas. And then what happens? What happens when you let off the gas in a car? It slows down the car, which eventually it stops. So definitely don't get comfortable. Just keep pushing. You would think that we're still like back when we started. It's crazy. We just get busier and busier and busier. Don't ever get comfortable. That's literally the killer of your dreams, whatever your dreams are. Again, you might be able to become successful with whoever, you're working with, working for, whatever. There might be an opportunity there. It just depends. Like, it all goes down to, what do you want out of life? Who do you want to be surrounded by? Because the people that you're around, more than likely, they're going to help you elevate yourself, or you're just going to get pulled down every single time you do something semi-great or whatnot. The minute you start improving, people, especially if they're not that successful, like, everybody wants to see you do good, but not better than them. And that's a reality. It's crazy. Even like friends, they'll be like, oh, you changed, or why are you doing that? And it's like, well, we don't work this hard to stay the same. Obviously, you have to change, you have to get better, you have to improve. And again, it comes down to you. Nobody can do it for you. Like, what are you doing different than you did yesterday? What good habit are you creating that you didn't have yesterday? And it takes time, and you might have to keep reminding yourself and stay at it and stay at it and stay at it. But people quit way too fast, way too soon, and way too easy.
Like, you got to pivot. So that's really important.
Yeah.
Know when to pivot.
Yeah.
So this place is giving us...
It's not working anymore.
It's giving us horrible experiences now.
Yeah.
So what do? We're not going to deal with that shit. We're going to get the fuck out of here. So that I turn every negative into an extreme positive.
Yeah.
Whenever something negative happens, I upgrade. So now we upgraded. Now we went from living in this small room.
It's not a small room. It's a beautiful place. It's a great place for connections.
How much bigger is the house?
Way bigger.
Okay,
but
how much bigger?
So when we came here, it was to meet better, smarter, richer, more successful people. Mm-hmm. It's all about relationships.
And for the gym, for the tennis court, for the basketball court, for the gatherings, for everything.
Absolutely.
For the spa, for the bar, to meet people. You said that they took all of that away.
Yeah.
So all we have, we're paying for this view and for our bed. That's it.
Yeah.
So having said that, we said we're not going to do that. And maybe the brightness. We're not going to do that. We're going to move and we're gonna get a way bigger house with a way better view, and we're gonna throw our parties, we're gonna have our bar, and we're gonna invite people over so that we could keep doing the whole masterminding and mingling and all that. So you
100%.
pivot. Whenever they take something away, whenever an employee leaves, we grow. We grow. Every single time.
Yeah.
Going back 2 years, 3 years, every time an employee leaves, what do? I turn a negative into a positive, and we take off. Our revenue goes up 33% every single time. And you know why? Because I put more gasoline to the fire. You know, I put and I commit. All right, I take it as a nice little challenge, and I make sure it happens. And every time it happens, it already happened. It happened this month. We had our biggest month ever.
It's crazy.
Now,
It's crazy.
another thing is,
But also, just to add to that, guys, if something works, don't change it. And a lot of the times we get comfortable or we think there's nothing better than that. But then it's like you get something better and you're like, shit, like this could have happened 2 months ago. But we get stuck. We get comfortable. We stay complacent. And we don't change things until they don't work. If that makes any sense to you guys. And I mean that, like, because what got you here is probably not going to get you here, and it's probably not going to get you here, and so on and so forth. Therefore, we do not change things until they don't work. This place doesn't work anymore. It worked for almost 3 years. It doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. And the universe works in a way where things will fall into place if you cooperate. Most people don't cooperate.
But and also the relationships. Now we're getting information from billionaires.
Yeah.
So like we know what
It's
to
so
do. So we're
exciting.
moving over there. We have some projects in Arizona. Arizona is 4% taxes. So we know a lot of information, all of that stuff. We want to share it with you. If you guys have questions, post the questions. If you guys like this,
There's one more
like it on
question.
YouTube and just keep asking me questions because I want to feed you the answers. And today would have been a perfect day, Sil. This is like the wealthier we get, the harder we work.
That's
the,
a fact.
The more we want to learn, the more we want to grow.
Improve.
And today would have been an easy day to be like, you know what? I woke up at 2. I'm just coming from Botox. I have my
Injections
little
in my
injections in
face.
my face.
I'm kind of bloody.
And I come here like 5 minutes before this, jump in the shower,
Like
freshen
10,
up,
like 10.
come out, and I'm starving. So what do? I'm eating these almonds, but I'm like, I'm not gonna quit on my people that follow us and that I could help. So I jump on this. The first time we did Driven Couples, you were like, oh no, I don't want to do that.
Shut up! He's such a
Yeah,
liar.
you saw it like this. You just didn't want to do it. You did it the first time, and then you loved it, and then you wanted to do it again and again and again. Now you're asking me like, Albert, I'm so excited about Driven Couples. What are we talking about? What's the topic?
I'm just gonna leave it
Do
at
we have-
that.
do
What was
we
the
have a
question, Steph?
Well,
From Mario Valenzuela from your coaching. He can't get on, but his question is there a power couple you guys look up to? Question mark.
there's a few of them, yeah. There's a few of them. Like one of them is I'll give you 2. One of them is Bobby Castro and Sofia Castro.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
really look up to them. They're a powerful entrepreneur couple. They're worth $300 million. They built a business they're probably worth more now.
Yeah.
They built a company to $1 billion and sold it, and got 1/3 of it. That's why
Imagine that. That's
they also
insane.
have $350 million in real estate with their own money. So they don't collect money from people.
Yeah.
It's their own money.
Yeah.
Also, I really love Patrick Bet-David and Jennifer Bet-David. Power couple, and they work together. Why I like them, and also, guys, look, I'll mention 2 more, okay? I like those 2 because I relate to them more because they're a working relationship couple.
Yeah.
Meaning, they're a couple, they're married, but they also work and run the businesses together.
Yeah.
Jennifer Bet-David does operations. Patrick is CEO. Bobby and Sophia were the same. Sophia was operations. Bobby was the CEO, and it's the same like us, right? CEO, operations, but another couple that I really love and respect is Brad Lee and Melissa Lee, and she's not part of the business. She's not part of the company. She goes to the office every now and then.
She's a
but-
full-time mom, which is harder.
Yeah. So she's a full-time mom.
It's hard.
And I'll tell you, being a full-time parent and staying in the house with the kids all day long is I'd rather
Crazy.
go work all day long. Yeah, because the kids are draining. They're more work. So I have a lot of respect for all the mothers out there that are staying home, taking care of the kids, because you're spending quality time with the kids. And right now, with how fucked up the world is, it's you can't trust anybody with your kids. So I really respect that, how she supports the house, and Brad's able to go to the office and run the businesses. So those are three couples that I really like. Did you want to add anybody or?
No, I completely agree with him.
And I'll tell you another thing, like sometimes people are gonna help you get to a place, and sometimes a mentor is gonna mentor you up to a place, and whenever they see you growing too much, they're gonna stop mentoring you. They're gonna ask you for more money. They're gonna stop giving you advice. They're gonna get scared. They're gonna get jealous, and that's when you know that it's time to upgrade your mentor and move to another person that doesn't worry about that. That's gonna help you get higher. That's why now we had to get different mentors, and they're helping us grow. And isn't it weird that mentors from the past, ever since I stopped getting mentored from them, we are way higher than we were 12 months ago. Way higher. If we go back 12 months ago, we've grown like never before, and we've added new mentors. The power of new information, the power of growing.
Yeah.
So when somebody stops giving you value, leave.
Bye. Agreed. I completely agree. Did we answer the question?
We got a few more before I close it up.
Did
okay.
we answer the question?
Did we answer the question? Comment, yes, no, maybe so?
Oh, yeah, power couples, yeah.
Yeah. So give a closing statement. I'll give a closing statement, and we're gonna wrap it up. Today was a crazy day for us, guys. So excuses if we were a little late and if we're a little sluggish, but we had a lot of work to do today. And
Albert's gonna cook for me tonight.
I'm gonna take you out to eat. Man, you better not get tempted with the margaritas.
Oh my gosh. I swear, I'm like, what day is it? When's the last time we had a drink? Because obviously drinks alter the next day. It makes a difference. Even if you have 1 or 2 glasses of champagne, you won't be the same. And we're trying to get some abs. Trying. I hate that word.
I'm not trying.
But
I'm doing
I'm
it.
trying.
You're
very
trying.
hard.
I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. I'm doing it too. But yeah, success, guys, happiness, health, you can have everything. It's going to be up to you if you get there or not. And it's really important who you're listening to, who you're surrounding yourself with, and having your goals very, very, very clear. One thing about this guy, he's always had his dream board, and he was like obsessed with his dream board. Now it's in his computer, which I think it's totally different than seeing it like in front of your face when you wake up every morning. Because it's not just going to magically come out of the sky. You also have to go work your butt off, right?
I'm always in front of my computer.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's always in front of his computer. But, again, it's something about having a dream board. Like, you just, out of sight, out of mind. So if it's in front of your face, it'll help you stay away from distractions. And what I mean by that is wasting all weekend doing God knows what. When my grandma always used to tell me, nobody dies from working hard.
I told you that.
My grandma told me that.
I told you that first.
Okay, he told me that first. So anyway, whatever you guys want, you can go have it. You can go get it. Just be willing to work for it. Know it's going to take everything you have, and just understand that it's part of the process. And as long as you're improving mentally, physically, your spouse, it's super important to have a supporting spouse. And whatever, if you work together or not, it doesn't matter. If you're looking for a spouse, just remember, can I be with this person? I'd like to say forever. We would like to say forever. Things happen, you never know. But him and I work every single day. Even though sometimes at work it's hectic, when we get back home, it doesn't matter what happened in the office. Him and I are married, and we have our daughters, and they're our number one priority. And then our relationship, obviously, as well.
Yeah, and then sometimes at work, like you're like telling me things, and I answer you like cold.
Because we're always out of
time. You're like,
time.
why are you? You're being mean to me, Albert. You're being mean to me. And I told you we're not married right now. Remember? Like,
No,
we're not
I
married
said
right
do
now.
not speak to me like that, ever.
And I told you I will speak to you like this because we're not married right now. We're working. I'm
Anyway,
focused.
yeah.
So like that's like we don't.
Sometimes we're
we
not
don't
always
let it
perfect.
affect. We don't let it affect work. Like at work, we're serious. We're working. That's what we're there for. Just like we ask our people, our staff, it's serious time. It's work time.
Yeah.
We're on the clock. We're on the clock also. We're not there to goof around. We're there to work.
Yeah.
Then when we get home, we still work a little bit more. But when we go out and we have dinner, we enjoy a few drinks, we're still working.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. Like we're not gonna lie to you and tell you guys, oh, we shut our phones down. We try it, but every now and then we kind of sneak in. And
I do a
and
much
look at
better
something.
job at it than he does. But then again, I'm with my daughters, and
Yeah.
I
mean,
like to give them my
it's
full
just-
attention.
It's just like, I mean, I just love work. Do you love work? And then remember, guys, when you work a lot and when you become very successful or a little bit of success, you get a little bit of success and you start getting more and more success. The more successful you get, you're going to start getting haters. That's normal. So if you get people that are hating, they're making fun of you, or they're being envious, remember that that's good. That's a good thing. So what you want to do is you want to get more haters. Get as many haters as you can. If you don't have, one sign of success is having haters. If you don't like, nobody has ever hated a loser. Nobody has ever hated a broke person. People hate successful people. And it's one of three reasons. They see you as a threat, they hate themselves, or they wish they could be you. So always pay attention to that. And when you're doing your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, if you see somebody that puts a disrespectful comment, just block him and move on. Don't give any fuel. Like I see a lot of people that try to tempt me sometimes. Not a lot anymore.
No,
So I got to get to work because I got to get more haters. But when people post a comment and they're trying to tempt me, like it's funny because I see it and I'm like, I just ignore it. Why am I going to spend energy defending myself or answering those stupid people when there's other people asking questions that I could answer and I could help them?
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore the losers, the haters, the little bitches, and I'm going to answer the people that are asking me a question where I think I could help their lives. I could give them some good advice. So I'm going to do that and just ignore those haters and focus on producing, focus on helping people, and you're going to become successful. And remember, if I could share my 4 core values with you guys, when you start a company, make sure you have your core values. I have 4, and these have taken me to a high level. Ethics, being ethical, being a hard worker, having the right attitude, and having loyalty to your people.
Yep. So that's it, guys.
So having said
I
that,
think we're
guys,
done.
thank you for being on this. We're going to see you next Wednesday, same time, 7 o'clock. And for those of you that want to go watch Salamondrin's interview in Spanish, I have a YouTube channel in Spanish. It's called Driven Channel en Español. So it's Driven Channel en Español. You could watch the full interview in Spanish with Salamondrin. So, guys, have a great night. Love you guys. And if we missed anything, comment below the question. Appreciate you. And we do this for you guys.
Bye.
Much love.